Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to BBallBreakdown. Game 4 was a complete surprise. I think everybody here in the press room thought for sure LeBron was going to come out strong, Joey Crawford was going to blow some whistles, and the Heat were going to tie this series up 2-2 going back to San Antonio. But the Spurs had other plans, and they gave us another treat of terrific offense with quick, crisp ball movement, good passing, and terrific finishes and good shot making. The Heat defense is simply worn out, I guess, at this point. They simply cannot get enough pressure on the ball to stop them from making the easy passes that they're getting. Also, the Heat offense is a mess. They're not running the right plays that we've shown over and over again have been really good for them, and it's mind-boggling why they're not. So let's show you some plays that we saw from Game 4 and figure out what the Heat have to do to adjust for Game 5. While the Spurs had already shown glimpses of great ball movement, the score was still relatively tight. Kawhi doesn't force the penetration, and look at Birdman as he allows an easy pass down low to Splitter. Then he doesn't pressure him as he dribbles up towards the screening action with Manu. Here's where the Spurs' execution kills you. Splitter literally fires the ball almost blindly, while Kawhi cuts to the hoop to occupy the weak side defenders, and that opens up a wide open shot for Patty Mills. Wade wanted no part of Kawhi all game, here getting his shot blocked. Again, Kawhi is under control and doesn't force anything, and the Spurs waste little time breaking into a basic floppy set with Green the primary cutter. As we've shown for the past 2 seasons, the Heat are susceptible to the pin down action because the screener's man tends to come out way too aggressively. A simple pocket pass to Splitter forces LeBron to leave his man, who merely cuts to the dotted line for the dunk. We've lamented that the Heat don't run the Ray Allen ball screen to flare screen action much anymore, yet here it is, this time with LeBron James in the Ray Allen role. Ray Allen cuts along the baseline for the pin down, and Splitter expertly shows, then recovers back to his man. However, Diaw gets beat by Wade on a basket cut, but Danny Green was there to contest, and Chris Bosh shows poor effort, not even going for the rebound. The Spurs are the best team at identifying a mismatch and getting right to that action. This time it's Wade guarding Diaw, so they go right to him on the left block. On the ISO down low, Chris Bosh inexplicably leaves his man to double, a huge no-no since Splitter was under the basket one pass away. However, had Bosh not done this, we would have been deprived of a simply gorgeous pass. It took all the way till midway through the second quarter before we saw a glimpse of good Heat offense, which is inexcusable from a coaching standpoint. Here they run a floppy set for Ray Allen, who comes right back to the right side, which forced a switch of Duncan onto Lewis. Duncan fails to stay with Lewis, Kawhi is reluctant to leave LeBron to rotate, and Lewis gets a wide open corner 3, but cannot hit. The game really got out of hand by the end of the first half as the Spurs run a handoff to inside screen right out of the Suns' 7 seconds or less playbook. The Spurs started releasing pressure with a swing pass instead of hitting Duncan on the roll, but Chalmers must still rotate to him anyway, leaving the skip pass wide open. While Chalmers did an admirable job closing out, it's Tony Parker we're talking about, who gets deep penetration, finds Mills on an incredible wraparound pass, but watch LeBron, who has no clue his man Kawhi is about to thunder down a monstrous tip-in. Finally, the Heat get back to basics and have Ray Allen ball screen, then get the flare screen from LeBron. LeBron senses Kawhi cheating out to Ray and slips the screen for the layup. But where was this action and why didn't they run it more? The dribble pitch has been effective all series. First, watch how far Bosh tries to pressure Manu after the handoff. And second, check out how Manu releases pressure with a pass to the wing instead of the roller Tim Duncan. Because Bosh got so far out of position on the handoff, it allows Duncan deep post position and a simple jump hook off the glass. This sequence encapsulated what this game was about. The Heat run a basic floppy which forces Tim Duncan out on Ray Allen, who takes a terrible contested three-pointer, while the Spurs come down in a hurry but under control, break into a sideline screen and roll, which forces an unnecessary rotation of Bosh to help. Diaw is all alone to receive the pass at the elbow, who feeds the post, and we see some triangle action as both wing and corner cut through. This leads to a swing pass, and LeBron James does a terrible job in not getting a hand up. With the game just about over, the Spurs look like they're running their motion offense against what we call a dummy defense. Almost every pass is allowed with little pressure anywhere, and the Spurs just start setting ball screens with Bonner, who flares, then spots up, and when Lewis does an awful job of closing out, it opens up another great passing sequence as the defense cannot hope to recover. And to put the icing on the cake, the Spurs come down and quickly break into their offense, trying to take advantage of Duncan being guarded by Haslam. However, Haslam does a nice job of fronting, so they send Diaw across the lane. Ray Allen completely falls asleep and allows the easy pass. And Diaw makes a beautiful touch pass high-low to Duncan for the layup. So there you have it, sports fans. Some really troubling things. We all know that no team has come back from a 3-1 deficit, so this series is definitely over. The only question we have is, can the Spurs win 3 in a row? But after watching what the Heat did tonight and how they came out so flat, it doesn't sound that far-fetched to imagine the Spurs are going to win Game 5 in home in front of their crowd with probably another display of incredible quick passing and also very good defense. Let's not make a mistake. There were some terrific defensive sequences as well by the Spurs. So this is it. They have too much for the Heat. It's been a great run for them so far, and now it's probably on to the Melo sweepstakes, right? So stay tuned for lots more coming up. Game 5 and a live show coming up right after that on Father's Day. And don't forget, at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?